Hello, hello, hello. I am honored to be here today celebrating youth with people who are actually young, which is awesome. And you guys are at least an average of like 10 to 50 years younger than the average age of the audiences that I normally have the opportunity to speak to. So today I wanted to kind of quickly go through kind of three really fun stories, not fun, I mean kind of some of them are depressing, to where I try to hype it up, to where I got, to why I'm here today and even standing here in the first place. First of all, I'm Canadian. Yeah, Canada! Woo! America's hat! Woo! Okay, and then also I want to share with you just a few lessons that I've learned as an entrepreneur over the last year, going out on my own. I actually just graduated from university last year at the age of 18. Yes, university. I got really lucky and I managed to skip a few grades. And I actually managed to finish school, which I think is a little bit of a different thing now because apparently it's hot to drop out of school. But so the first quick story that I wanted to tell you about was actually being stuck in a typhoon. I don't know if any of you have ever been stuck in a typhoon, but I got stuck in a typhoon, and this was in Taipei, in Taiwan, 2 years ago. And the reason why I like to talk about this story is because what happened was that was the mark of sort of the first opportunity that I got as a student in university to go abroad. I spent 6 months in Southeast Asia. We decided to be really dumb and randomly buy a ticket the night before to go to Taiwan just because we wanted to for a break, because we had a week break. And I ended up being stuck there because there was a typhoon that happened right on the Sunday before we were supposed to go back to school. So there are a lot of things that happened, but really what happened with that, when you're in a typhoon, by the way, when you're like going, I was kind of a dumb one. I actually decided to go outside. Just because I wanted to see if it was dangerous or not, which is also why I'm kind of dumb. But I decided to run outside, and we had an umbrella, and basically what happened was when I turned like this, the wind went like this, and boom, the entire umbrella just ripped off the handle, and I still have that handle today at home. And that actually reminded me of what we went through when we were traveling to really understand that the world was just so large, so amazing, and there were so many opportunities. But that was sort of like the spark that gave me that traveling bug, and that's the reason why I've been traveling so much, even until today. So the second story actually is me breaking my knee. I actually broke my knee a year and a half ago, sort of the upper half of my knee, lower femur. It's actually my femur, so my thigh bone. I fractured it playing hockey. Yes, I play ice hockey. I know I'm too skinny to look like I can play ice hockey, but I do. So overall, when I broke my knee, I was in a wheelchair for about 7 months. And what happened was that was the impetus to me starting my first company. I was actually just bored out of my mind, and I didn't know what I could do and what I could do at that time until my friend came to me and said, hey, I can build a website, and I think you can design too, so why don't we build websites together? And I was like, all right, why not? And so that was the first opportunity that I had to just create something out of nothing, and that really meant a lot to me. The third story is how I am now here in California, and that was actually me trying to get down to here in the first place because of the creations that we had created with the company. We had created a Twitter sort of app that uses the Twitter API. If you like Twitter, you'll understand what this is. But really what happened was a few conferences in the US had noticed what I had sort of created, and I actually went to them first, and I said, hey, I want to go to your conference because I'm too poor. I'm a student. I just graduated. I can't pay for the ticket. And so they're like, we don't give away free tickets. I was like, well, if you don't give away free tickets, but you must somehow, there must be some way. And they're like, well, we only give free tickets to speakers. And I was like, well, can I be a speaker? And they were like, hold on a second. And I gave them a few days, and they came back to me and said, maybe you can be a speaker. And that was the first opportunity I actually came down to California. First time in my entire life was last October. And what happened after that was I met a few people up in San Francisco where I actually got offered a job at a company called Dig. And Dig, as you may know, is a social news website, and it was sort of my foundation for springing up and the reason why I now have my own company. I'm not working there anymore, and this is just a short period of time, is that I actually got laid off. So I lost my job in May. Now the thing is, when you're a Canadian and you lose your job in the US, you actually lose your visa. And so for me, I really risked basically getting deported to start a company. I just decided to do it. And so now that I don't have to actually have a lot of time, I wanted to talk about two really quick things that are lessons. I shaded it down from 5 to 2. The two lessons that I would like to talk about is first is audacity differentiates. When you're trying to seek your own possibilities, when you are creating opportunities for yourself, when you're creating something out of nothing, you're being audacious, right? If you are not comparable to someone else, if you've made yourself unique, you can't be compared, and so you can create your own value. So you can command your own salary, you can command your own opportunities, and you can command your own possibilities simply because you've created something different for yourself. And that's the first. And the second is, deck out your Sunday. And what I mean by that is, you don't want to deck it out too much, though. And when you have a sundae, first of all, you can have a chocolate sundae or just a strawberry sundae, and it tastes pretty good with just one flavor or two flavors. You know, chocolate strawberry sundae sounds pretty good right now, right? But if you put chocolate, strawberry, everything, and mash it all up, it tastes pretty bad. So what I'm trying to say is, you need to be able to experiment with a few things, but also be able to mix just about enough to help you understand what's possible. So the final message here is, you need to take the opportunity to seek your own possibilities. That is so important for you to understand what's available out there so you know what to pursue. When you are in school, when you have people who are mentoring you and helping you, you have the responsibility, however, to ask and to find what you know is going to be possible for you when you get out of school and when you find your next career or your next move as an entrepreneur. Thank you very much.